and sports director Alex Stewart. News 9 at 10 continues.
Certain things just feel impossible, like there being two of the same person or the Brewers getting swept by the Pirates. And yet, here we are. You want to take this read original, Alex, or should I do it? Didn't realize we were doing a parent trap thing here, but by all means, new Alex, you go ahead and take this one. All right. After winning Game 5, Bucks fans had to think that destiny was on their side. Bucks in 6. But take a closer look at the date, and destiny or not, they should have known no one escapes Jason on Friday the 13th. Okay, so what are we going to learn here?
Okay, we're just going to teach you a little simple thing that the drum line does, so it just goes. Just, can you do that at all?
We're about to find out. Oh, okay, so we're...
Now, your News 9 sports.
See what happens when you don't think someone's going to show up for work? It draws you in, and now you're paying much more attention. Well, a special game means a special sportscast. I am live from Stevens Point, where cat scratch fever has struck the top of the Wisconsin Valley Conference as the 9-1 Spash Panthers play host to the 9-1 Marshfield Tigers. It was quite the homecoming for Cobb, who, like Jay-Z, took a moment to reintroduce himself to the Packers faithful, and with a vintage performance like this, it felt like he never left. If that is not the magic of March, I don't know what is. Are you not entertained? At about 3:16 today, these were the scripts and notes for sports. Today at 3:17, they became completely useless. Love that for us. As we finally, after months of waiting and years of drama, found out Aaron Rodgers' future. Aaron Rodgers is gone, right? So naturally, I think they're going offense. Now, the popular pick is a wide receiver at number 13. I'm feeling a little froggy. I woke up feeling dangerous today. I'm saying they go with a tight end. Well, for myself and pride, I think we'll see you next time on Wisconsin Outdoors. Well, this came out of nowhere. Get ready for the Big 16 conference, because reports emerged today that USC and UCLA are set to join the Big 10. At least they won't have to change the logo much. I am so sorry. I was told right before I came on air that I made a mistake. This is, in fact, not footage of last night's Brewers game, but rather a literal dumpster fire. Time is a construct of humanity, and as such, it's interesting how it carries different weights situationally. 10.5 minutes isn't all that long when you're talking about scrolling through TikTok or going for a drive, and yet it's an eternity to not hit a shot in a basketball game. Enter the Badgers.
To get the early highlights, I'm joined now by none other than News 9 sports director Alex Stewart. Alex, what's your reaction tonight?
Catherine, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Here's a riddle for you to start sports. What do the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team, the Lion King, and the Scouts all have in common? They all stress the importance of being prepared. Well, everything comes back eventually, right? For example, in 1992, Michael Keaton was Batman, and the Mosinee Indians, as a standalone program, were in the WIAA state hockey tournament. Fast forward to 2023, and both are back in those roles for the first time since. Well, the bye week is finally here, and while it's needed, not having Packers football this Sunday really got us looking like, well, it ain't easy being green and gold this week. Have you ever eaten something so good at a restaurant it just sticks with you? So then you go back to try it later to see if it really was that great, and then it's exactly as good as you remember? Yeah, that's Giannis. Like, every night. Seriously, every game it's like he can't possibly be as good as he was the last game I watched, and then every game he is. Well, when there's an unexpected knock at the door, I'm sure a lot of us get unnecessary anxiety at the prospect of now having to potentially interact with someone we don't really want to, only to remember it's just the Amazon guy dropping off more stuff we probably shouldn't have ordered. Now imagine the stress of hearing a knock at the door and assuming it's someone telling you you're fired. That's the reality many NFL players are facing tomorrow. It's my yearly tradition in October to watch scary movies and shows because Halloween, The Exorcist, House on Haunted Hill, The Lost Boys, all chill-inducing. But the scariest thing I've watched in October by far this year, the Packers offense. If the NFL scriptwriters could just hurry up and decide if and where Aaron Rodgers is going to play next season, that would be great. Instead, they looked at their list of offseason ideas and landed on Have them do a 4-day isolation in the dark. Awesome. I am not gonna lie to you, Central Wisconsin. I am hurting. I should not have had those seconds. Okay, thirds. And to those of you still awake and watching and have won the battle against tryptophan, I salute you. You only get one chance at a first impression, and our introduction to the 2022 Green Bay Packers team was not a good one, as they dropped their season opener 23-7 to the Minnesota Vikings. And I found the cheer squad here, and they have been nice enough to offer to teach me an official Marshfield Tigers cheer. I don't know how pretty this is going to be.
Above the rest, let's go.
Tigers are the best. Woo! Yeah! Back to you guys in studio. I can at least get the toe touch. There is a lot of nervous energy here right now because the entire season comes down to this one game. I kept seeing through those last couple minutes you were going, not one, not two. We got 3 in a row. How does it feel? It was the biggest question in Wisconsin over the last few days. What would the first pick in the post-Aaron Rodgers era be? Would the green and gold go get a talented pass catcher? The answer? Nope. But hey, at least this time the pick isn't from Georgia. Well, for the first time in nearly 3 years, opening day is at full capacity here at American Family Field, and the fans are excited to be back. Yeah! Today's game represented 36 minutes that this senior class had dreamed of since 3rd grade. Now it marks a moment that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. If you take a look around, you might notice a lot of construction here at 1265 Lombardi Avenue, both out here and in the receiver room. It may be St. Patrick's Day, but there was no luck involved in that. That was all skill. What does that say about your team? All right, I'm just going to say it. National Treasure is the best Nick Cage movie, but since Aaron Rodgers decided to channel Con Air for this training camp, I suppose we can work with it because everybody seems to think that without Devontae Adams, the offense is going to be locked up this year. Bear witness to greatness. You know, I'm having a hard time putting into words what we witnessed tonight from you, Mr. Eric Kennedy, but one word's coming to mind here, and that's historic. The Packers are headed back to the NFC Championship game after defeating the Seattle Seahawks 28-23. It was a close game as most had expected, but what they might not have expected was the Packers' success on converting 3rd downs.
When you think of a high school All-American, you probably think of a football or basketball player. But what about a fisherman? Alex Stewart has this story.
On the surface, fishing is simple. Pick your bait, cast your line, catch your fish.
Oh, missed him.
Well, sometimes. However, more often than not, Amherst High School senior Tyler Corey does land his fish, which is why he became the first angler in Wisconsin to ever be named a Bassmaster All-American last year.
It was my goal coming into my freshman year of high school to achieve that honor just once.
But winning the nation's highest honor for high school fishing just once wasn't enough.
I think it drove me more to get it a second time, because I want that experience 100 more times. And it's something that only 12 kids get to experience every year. So the fact that I was able to do it twice is pretty special to me.
However, it takes more than just catching fish to become an All-American. In addition to being a stellar angler, Tyler is also an honor student, the president and founder of the Amherst High School Fishing Club, and a volunteer with several organizations. In other words, he's a true ambassador of the sport.
So to be able to shine a light on the fisheries that we have in Wisconsin and the bass fishing people that we have in Wisconsin is something that I'm really glad that I'm able to do with this honor.
And he hopes that he can serve as an example and a role model to any that want to pursue the same dream.
It means the world to me that I get to be the one that they look up to. I hope there's a million more that come out of Wisconsin for that honor.
From WAPACA, I'm Alex Stewart, News 9 Sports. Well, this is my last time anchoring before I head home to California for the holidays, and I wanted to try and spread a little extra Christmas cheer. So, 'Twas 10 days before Christmas, and the Pack hosted the Bears. If they could pull out a win, the North would almost be theirs. In the first quarter, the Bears thought the Pack's drive was stopped dead, but a 29-yard Rodgers pass left them with visions of Devontae Adams dancing in their heads. Until the third quarter, there wasn't much to make fans clap. The offenses seemed to be in a long winter's nap. When out on the field, there arose such a clatter, fans sprang from their seats to see what was the matter. Away, Aaron Jones flew to the edge like a flash, broke a tackle or two for a mad touchdown dash. Then later in the quarter, up the middle he'd fly to give the Packers a 21-3 lead, an obstacle mount to the sky. After a fourth quarter field goal, the Bears knew there was no time to fool around, so down the field, Trubisky led the offense with a bound. From the 2, he flung a pass to his receiver, Anthony Miller, who hauled it in, cut the lead to 8, and would set up a thriller. With time winding down, Packers Nation held their heads as the Bears tried for a miracle, something Lambeau would dread. Trubisky tossed the ball and everyone froze, and as the Bears neared the goal line, the collective blood pressure rose. But as they closed in on the score, they would cough up the ball, and at the 2 is where on it Tramon Williams would fall. It was a last-second play that gave us a fright. But with that recovery, Williams and the Packers bid the Bears a good night. And now the Packers celebrate with good reason, because with that win, the Packs headed to the postseason. That announcement caused Packers Nation to shout in glee. But as for me here, I'll just send it to Sydney.